It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good evening, Flippinar 308. Switch to commercial real estate for 10 times more profit. That's partner 2. So we're on Flippinar 208, talking about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate with your cash or credit. Normally doesn't matter. And so,
308. You said 208.
Did I? Mm-hmm. Okay. Flippinar 308. Correction, 308. What else? So we're gonna have a live training here. Basically, I think we're gonna get to it a little earlier than normal. So what happened? Change the internet. Okay. Change it to M-Town Made.
That's what I'm on.
And it's not letting you do anything?
Let me go back in. So, why is this thing jumping?
Okay, so if you want to join us on the live stream, text the word Gator to 205-964-5243. Text the word Gator to 205-964-5243. And that'll get you pushed to the front of the line. Sent out the alert much earlier today, so a lot of you all were able to make plans and not just be, oh, wow, I'm in Walmart, I can't be home. But anyway, or Target.
Right, don't say Walmart now.
Yeah, or Target. And so make sure you like and share. We don't ask for much. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, tap the little bell so you are alerted whenever we do go live and when I upload new content, like what I will be doing in the next few days, hopefully. So over to Adria.
Hey guys, thank you for being so patient with us as we came online tonight. Weather here is really bad. If you're in the Birmingham market, this area, ooh, be careful, be safe, get somewhere and sit down. This is the place where we answer questions in regards to wholesaling real estate with little to no cash or credit and other creative ways to invest in real estate. You post your question, I'll read the question, and Ty will answer the question. I keep going in and out. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get started here. If you have not already joined the Facebook group Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man, I highly encourage that you do so.
See if it'll let you log on the other one. On the M-Town
5G?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if it'll let you do that. I think that was down or something.
Which one are you on?
I'm on M-Town Boy.
2 or 5?
Just no, M-Town Made. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's thinking about it. It's thinking. All right, so just stay tuned. We're going to do something a little different tonight. We've been trying to do the topic of the shows at the top of the hour versus at the bottom, so we can make sure that we catch everyone and that you don't fall asleep on us, especially tonight, considering that we're starting a little bit later. I am having some technical difficulties on my end, but Ty is not. So I'm just going to read the questions as I can see them on my phone, and I'll respond in the chat as well. So, hey, Wigs by Rachel says, hey, is there a different formula to determine the ARV for multifamily homes? So don't you do something a little different for those?
Yeah, it's more income driven. Expenses, you're gonna have income, you're gonna have expenses, and then or is there any value add opportunity? Meaning, are they at the current market rate, or could you increase the rate? But to answer your question, yeah, it's evaluated differently. Now, you still can compare similar sales in the area if available, but a lot of investors with multifamily are going to base it on the income is producing and or can produce.
All right, thank you for answering that question. Still getting in here. My Instagram peeps, make sure you're posting the questions as well. Okay, so in here. Thank Nick Hammond for letting me know that the audio is great. Pablo, thank you for being here. Let's work together. Roderick Bell, Shirley Lott, you're right. Let's get it. Artsy Life agrees. Christopher chiming in from Indianapolis via Mobile, Alabama, ALABAMA, down there in the Bay. All right, Carrie, thank you for being here. Beverly Thomas, Deonica, Debbie and Scooter. Hey, Christopher, Debbie and Scooter are from Indy too. So Deonica wants to know if I have a seller that accepted the offer but is not under contract yet, then I find out the taxes are delinquent on the house, for example, $2,000. What should I do? Do the accepted price change?
All right, break it. So just tell me what you think.
Okay, got an offer. Is not under. Gave an offer. The seller accepted it. The home isn't under contract as of yet. Do we adjust the price, or do we the blanket statement that says minus any unpaid taxes or liens, and they just need to know that it's going to come out of that amount that they agreed to, right?
Yeah, it's going to come out of there. Normally, most people understand that when they give you a price, they know ideally what they owe, and they're going to base their price on that.
Okay. The next question was, does the seller have to see POF funds before they sign the contract?
Well, in the world of just dealing with just houses, as we're talking, when you're dealing directly with the seller, that's rarely going to come up if they're motivated. If it's a motivated seller, meaning they're giving you a price that works for you, it's rare that they're going to ask for proof of funds. But if they do, there are services out there that offer it. I have an affiliation with one of them. You can text POF to 205-964-5243 or go to realpof.com, REALPOF.com.
All right. Thank you, Deonica. Hopefully you got that answer there. Alexander Shell, thank you for being here. Jamming always. Sidebar, you're not going to believe this, but I finally got my first pre-foreclosure. Trying to lock down a contract as we type. Can't wait to finally have my interview with you. Okay.
Hey, good luck. Good luck.
All right. Michelle Sloan, thank you for being here. Let's see here. Antoine Washington, Margaret, Diane Bivens. Let's see. One way. How does taxes work once you close a deal?
Seek out a CPA, but that's one of them good problems.
All right, there you have it.
I'm not a tax expert, and I'm not going to pretend to be one.
Anytime. New York Tiny, not tiny, Natiny. Natiny Ann, you gonna tell me how to pronounce your name correctly. Please do. Don't drop that phone in the tub. I appreciate you listening, but don't drop the phone. Don't drop the phone. Shaquan, thank you for being here.
An electrocution on live.
Ben G33, thank you for being here as well. Hanifa, I see a lot of new names in the chat tonight. Glad to have you all here. Ty mentioned that some of you all are normally on during the day, so I appreciate you joining us tonight. Love to have you. So Vanessa Ryans wants to know, if you're wholesaling virtually in one state and the deal is in another, does it matter which state the closing attorney is in?
Well, you have some outfits that are in multiple states. But normally that's going to happen with an entity within the state.
Okay. Shaquan says, I've been doing some driving for dollars out here in North Carolina, came across a few distressed properties, but can't find them when I look them up.
What do you mean? You can't find the owner who owns it, or you can't find the owner? Because it's not difficult to find who owns a piece of real estate.
Possibly can't find the property. Like last week when I gave you an address and we just could not figure out what the address of it was. Okay. To search it. So how do you go about that?
Well, when you can't find a property, the way I'm normally going to go about it, I use multiple tools on that. I'm going to determine, an address nearby that will pull up, and then it's just a process of elimination from that point. I go through that all the time. But again, I like to use PropStream, but you can access that through, I think you text the word tool. Text the word tool to 205-964-5243. And then I like to use Land ID also to help me figure out properties. Sometimes they're a little difficult to identify the actual property that you're targeting.
All right. Katie Carson, have not seen you in a while, my love. Glad you're here. Willa Dean Moore, hello. Hello to you. Wanda's Workplace, thank you for being here. The question is, will there be a signed contract to partner with Flip?
It doesn't have to be a signed contract if we're talking about, especially on self-storage hotels, motels, multifamily. Definitely prefer you not to have it signed because we would love to run our numbers first. On houses, just struggle with that so long with different people sending stuff over. I would probably prefer you not to have it on the contract either. Not because I need my name on it by no means. It just need to make sure it's a deal before you go that far in the process, because that seems to be a real struggle for most people. But that's part of the reason also why I've started doing the daily lives, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 noon Eastern. So we could assist people try to figure out, we call it deal illiteracy. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
Deal illiteracy, yeah. I wanted to call it deal ignorance, but dig, D-I-G, but we say deal literacy, D-I-L-L.
Oh, illiteracy.
So we're trying to fight deal illiteracy. I still don't know if I like that name.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. I don't know if I like that.
You don't call it dummy deals. You ain't, because it ain't got a ring to it. Deals for dummies. No, we're not gonna say that.
No, somebody made a lot of money off them books.
Yes, they actually did.
Yeah.
Joseph says, "Hello, everyone.
Stuff.
If we get sued by the seller or buyer, do we need to pay for a lawyer or just use the signed contract as our defense?"
Well, if you're going to operate in a court of law, you need an attorney, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
The judge will love you just stand up, well, they signed this, judge. And he asks you a legal question. Well, I don't know. They signed this. That can't be the answer for everything. You need an attorney. You would need an attorney.
All right. So the comment is, I bet commercial real estate has a lot of red tape, not as easy as it sounds. What are your thoughts?
That is true. That is true. I don't know if it's a lot of red tape. It's more due diligence. I guess you could consider that red. I don't know if I consider that red. It's more what they call it, check and verify, or verify, and what they call it, what they say?
I know what you're saying, but I don't.
Yeah, whatever that phrase is they use. Mm-hmm. You're just dealing with bigger numbers. So, and in most cases, they have a lender involved. That's more of the process than anything, right? Is because you normally have a lender involved on it. So
trust but verify.
Trust but verify. Yeah. So you have more of that. It's not as just a simple process like houses or whatever, because it's more of, you're dealing with more sophisticated investors. Everybody's involved is an investor of some sort. So, but whereas with houses, you may be the only real investor. The person that you flip it into may not even be an investor. Normally they are, but may not be.
Okay. Hey, Cass.
But it's worth it. Paydays are, it's worth it.
You interrupted me. I'm talking to Cass. Hey, Cass. And Mary Kibble from Tennessee. Cass says the shirt is fire. I know.
Yeah, this is a new one because I had to take the tag off.
You ain't never worn it?
No, I ain't never worn it. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't put it out a couple of times and then wear it.
Put it on. Hey, Rockin' Robin. Okay. Thank you for joining us. Oh, we got Tyrone Lewis in the chat. We got another Tyrone. Look at there, right there.
I've never met anyone else named Tyrone.
Hush.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Thank you. I'm glad I said your name right. Okay. Hey, Bernie, and hey, Carl Edmondson. You're struggling and you need help fast, Carl. Well, this is a bright place to be. Ask your question. Put it in the chat. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Only dumb question is the question that you do not ask. Somebody is going to want the same answer that you need. So please, please, please put it in the chat if you have any questions. Shaquan Holmes, thank you for being here as well. Bobby Lewis wanted to know, are you able to comp a commercial property?
Is it self-storage? Is it multifamily? Mm-hmm. Is it a hotel or motel? Maybe a warehouse. Other than that, no.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Yep. Y'all putting it all in the chat. I figured it out now. Mm-hmm. Yes. Land ID. Land ID is what he said. That is correct. Mayan Shay, I don't see your face. I do see that you're live, but I see that you posted a question. I'll read your question. If you wave at me, I will bring you on live to join, but thank you for texting the word Gator. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Hi.
Peeking up.
Oh, I see you, but I don't hear you.
No audio.
I will bring you on live.
Hello. I'm not gonna really be on here like that.
Oh, it's okay. I'll read your question for you. Okay.
Right, I'm shy.
Oh, she didn't want to talk. Oh, okay.
No, I'll take you off. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So can you tell us more about how to find motivated sellers?
Can I tell you more about how to find motivated sellers? Well, that's the name of the game for sure. Is being able to find individuals that will sell at a price that will allow you to wholesale it, put it on a contract and flip that contract. There are a number of ways to do that, from just simple as driving for dollars. And what that simply means, you get in your vehicle and you drive around in your market looking for potential opportunities. What does that look like? Potential opportunities. The obvious stuff is the houses that appear to be vacant. And we're just talking about houses. All right. That's one thing. The next thing, you make a list of those. The next one would be properties that are for rent. And how you know that they have a sign in the yard, but you're looking for the signs that are the red and white, black and white, orange, black and white signs. Those are generic signs that have been purchased from Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, somewhere like that. Normally that's the owner. So they have a phone number on there normally. So that makes it easy for you to contact the decision maker. You reach out to them. Hi, I'm calling to see if the property at 123 Main Street is still for rent. Whether they say yes or no, say, well, I'm not calling about buying your property. I mean, renting your property. I'm calling about buying your property. Because I have a large group of investors that I work with that buy in this area. And I have a problem. I have more investors than houses to sell them. Your house looks like it will be one that fits their buy box. A lot of those investors buy box. So what you're doing is you're letting them know you're wholesaling without actually using the term wholesaling, because it can be confusing, but you're explaining what your game is, what your purpose is. So that's being transparent off the top. So if they want to work with you, boom. So they may say, hey, I'm not interested in selling that house. I'm not interested in selling. So your follow-up is, well, do you have any other houses you would like to sell? Because the house you called them about may not be the house they're interested in selling. They may have another house or houses that they may want to sell. Okay, if they still don't want to sell anything, have anything they want to sell, then you transition. Hey, if you're not have anything you want to sell, or you currently buying, or you actively buying more properties. If they are, you try to collect their buy box. And what I mean by that, what areas they buy in, price range, how many are they looking to buy per month or per year, what level of repairs they like to deal with, size of the property, and so on. All right, and boom. So you can accomplish a lot by just simply driving around. Also, when you're driving around, you want to look for rehab activity, properties that are being renovated, because that could be an opportunity to network with some potential buyers that are renovating properties in a certain area. Okay. Now that's driving for dollars. Now gas is $3 plus a gallon, no matter where you are. Some places $5 or $6. But that's still one of the inexpensive ways of doing it. And plus it really gets your feet wet in the business once you understand on what you should be actually looking for. Now you can build lists, which I'm going to show you how to do. That's going to be part of the training, right, that I'm going to show you tonight, but it's going to be more on the commercial side of it. But build list, and you just simply reach out to owners to see if they're interested in selling. Now I have a video on building list on houses. I used to have the code listed. I don't think I have it anymore, but if you go to YouTube and do Flipman best list, do a search for Flipman best list. That first video should be the one that you can watch most recent on building list. That'll get you going in the right direction. But when you build those lists, now you can build those, you can skip trace for the phone numbers, and you can simply cold call them. That's one of the inexpensive ways of doing it too, but it is a grind. Well, any of it is a grind. You know, some of it's easier for others than some people based on resources, personality, or whatever. But cold calling can be very effective because it's immediate. Text messaging is not as big as it used to be because of the carriers tripping about that process. Still exists, but I'm just not going to push it like I did before. But it can be really effective. But you know, it's gonna, something new is going to have to come out for that to continue to exist. You could do direct mail with that same list. Trying to reach out to motivated sellers, sending out a letter or postcard. All right, and then of course we can get into just networking, where you build a buyer's list using the power of Facebook to build a buyer's list by joining Facebook groups related to real estate investing in a particular area, wholesaler groups also. People will post their deals there, and in the comments of those deals, you know, you're going to have people holding their hands up saying, hey, I'm a buyer. Those are people you should reach out to, find out what their buy box is. And then from there, you could actually use the hard work of other wholesalers and feed that buyer's list that you built deals through other by JVing or partner or joint venturing with other wholesalers. All right. That really wouldn't cost you anything. As soon as we get out this live stream, you can start doing that tonight, starting with your buyer's list. Now you can get into more in-depth, more expensive methods such as Google AdWords, Facebook ads, TikTok, you know, stuff like that, in which they do work done correctly, but they could be a little bit more, well, a lot more pricier, but you know, it's a different ball game. So hopefully I've given you some different methods of generating leads, but that's the name of the game. We would love to all just be able to go to the internet and pull stuff down and it's a deal or whatever, but you know, stuff that's already for sale, especially for people brand new and it's a listed property with a real estate agent, those are you have to know what you're doing dealing with an agent. I'm not going to go through all of that, but you know, I just highly don't recommend that process because of a number of reasons, but I'm not going to go through all that. So there you go.
Can I have one? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay then. So so that's for houses on that side. So far as vacant land, I'm getting into houses as well, but vacant land, it seems like I'm pulling tax delinquent lists from the county. I'm in Florida right now, and I'm about to honestly shift gears from Florida because it seems like their prices, what they want for their land is outrageous. But how do you I just want to try to find that one person, or maybe a couple people, but oh yeah, I'll sell it, I'll take it for this amount. But they want these numbers that are outrageous. That's why I really want to find motivated
well, I guess the question is, now let me just say this now, no matter what type of property you target, the majority of the people that you talk to are going to give you a price that doesn't work. The only thing about land, how do you know that they're asking too much? They may not be. Now, if you understand how to evaluate land, then boom, yeah, you obviously can determine that. But what they're at, in some cases, what they're asking may be a great deal. So that's the first part of it, because I know land for me, I probably know more than most on this call here, but it's still a struggle for me to come up with values on it, right? And so, but going back to what I initially said, them giving you a price that doesn't work, that's normal. Whether it's houses, land, self-storage, multifamily, that's normal. If you talk to 100 people that want to sell, 3 or 4 of them are going to give you a price that works. That's only 2 or 3%. That's 3 or 4%. You know what I'm saying? So it's normal. It's not abnormal for people to give you a price that doesn't make sense. Okay. That's normal. It's not Florida. I don't care where you are.
Okay. And then you're going to talk about how to comp large lots,
You go ahead, say it again.
She asked about, were you going to talk about comping large lots?
What do you mean? Like land?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, that really.
Uh-oh, hold on. She's talking, but I just cannot hear.
Yeah, we can't hear
We
you.
can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
All right, Mayan, I'm gonna keep you right there until I hear you with your follow-up, and I'll just go through the questions and just when we hear you, we'll just all hear you. Okay. For that follow-up on what your next question was. Or you can type it in the chat really fast and I can read it there too. Edward Mitchell joining us on TikTok says, good evening from Dallas, Texas. Thank you for being here. Mary Kibble, Jim is trying to get in touch with you about a property in Memphis. That's in the chat there. Ben G33, thank you for being here. Neck Hammock and other must-haves. Nate Dog. Oh, was that Nate Dog? Okay. Thank you all for being here in the chat. Just keep pushing those questions. I believe they did. Nate says, I've tried putting down $2 for earnest money deposit for a commercial property and the agent hung up on me. Yeah.
They should have.
Yeah, that's a little bit ridiculous.
Well, why would you do that?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not how that works. That's not how commercial works.
I'm assuming he was joking.
I hope he is.
Yeah.
I hope he is. Okay, so HN, I cannot get Zomps to show on my Google Maps. Even after refreshing and restarting, my computer says it's been added as an extension, but it's not showing up. Please help me.
Well, that's part of what the training is going to be about tonight. Zomps doesn't work on Google Maps anymore. That's a Google Chrome thing that they, didn't want us using it in that way. So I have the alternative tonight.
All right. Let's see here. On another call, can you show how to comp large tracts of land is what you wanted to know.
Yeah. Well, I can just give you the basics of it because what you're trying to do is compare other. Well, let me go back. Okay, so Zomps, Z-O-M-P-Z, I originally created to help and make it easier to comp land using Zillow. Starting with Zillow as one of the tools to do so. But with basically what you're going to do is you're trying to compare other similar tracts of land to see what they sold for per acre. That is not always that cut and dry though, because it may not be enough data there. So the main thing is you're going to look for as much likes to likes as possible to try to come up with that price per acre, and then you can somewhat come up with a value. All right, but things you have to take in consideration are what is it zoned for? How much road access does it have, or road frontage? The elevation, how level it is? Does it have is it in a floodplain? Sometimes that really doesn't matter at all, depending on, like in Florida. All of Florida is basically in a floodplain, especially around the coastal areas, which is a lot of it. So wetlands, like creeks or anything that's running through it, ponds or anything like that. Have there ever been utilities on the property that will factor in value, or has access to utilities? Let me say that. Is there an existing structure there? Or has there been a structure there? Because normally that'll mean that utilities were ran there at some point. What's the access to water? It has to be a well, or is it hooked to the actual, which is part of utilities, to the current municipality that governs that particular property? And so you got to take all that stuff in comparison to what you take all that stuff in consideration on what you can compare. One of the simple things you can do, you can see what agents or brokers are active in a particular area. And normally they'll tell you what you could just reach out to them, give them some ideas of the land. You don't have to give them an address, and they normally can tell you what you could probably sell it for per acre. That'll go a long way in itself.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you too for taking the time out. Thank you, Mayan. Bye. All right, let's jump back into these questions here. Chico wants to know, is the 30% rule still used these days?
Well, yeah, that's the only thing that you have to go by. Yeah, but one of the tools, I'm going to go ahead and show that one right now. That well, let me pull it up first. which you can access by texting the word boss to 205-964-5243. But that is such a struggle for a lot of people to come up with the ARV, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to simplify it, guys reached out to me about 3 weeks ago with this new tool. And I'm just going to put in an address here. I think this is an actual address. Let me see. Northwest.
Okay, Deannica, the video will be up for replay soon after the live.
24th
So you don't have to wait a couple of days.
Avenue. Let's see.
Welcome, Deanna, from San Fran Bay Area. You're welcome for the information. Ain't he though?
What is that?
She said, God is great.
Let me see. Let me find something in that area. That's not an actual address. This is though.
Okay.
That's fine. Let's go with this here. All right. So I just wanted to find a real address. Okay. So I just want to give you an idea. So basically what this will do for you, right, is it'll tell you what percentages buyers are paying and what, the actual price point, what they paid. So, and with contact information on top of that, right, for buyers for a lot of these. And so now, of course, we're in Miami, and it's going to be a lot of activity in a place like that with, that's heavily populated like that. So it just takes a second to compile all the results. But once it does, I'm going to just show you, you can actually see what they're paying and what percentage they're paying. And this tool is in development. They're going to add a lot of different tools to make it a lot easier to make those decisions. So the red dot is our property. Okay, but if I click on the green icon is landlords and the light blue is flippers, right?
Correct.
I got it right this time.
Yes.
But if I click on one, so I'm clicking on this one right here, they paid 54% of ARV. They bought it for $257 and sold it for $475. That's $218,000 difference. So you see how, if nothing else, you see the huge difference that it made on this for this investor, right?
Right.
So you as a wholesaler, this property was 1,300 square feet. Don't know the condition that they bought it in, but it's going to be relative. They got it at 257. So that means with you and the seller, you got to be less than that to make money, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's look at the next one here. This one here, they paid 35% of ARV, and they only paid $69,000 for it, sold it for $195, right? Here's another one. Okay, so this one was closer back to this first one. It's at 59% of ARV. They paid $235 for it and sold it for $395. It's a little smaller though. It's only 948 square feet. But you see the investment percentage, percentage of ARV is still similar. So let's look at another one. This one here, 55%. Paid $260, sold it for $475. This one here, paid 79%, so it's only 782 square feet though. Paid $140, sold it for $178. Not the big, huge difference on that one. This one here is more in line, 56% of ARV. So they're actually paying, just in this area, the 30% rule ain't working, right?
Okay.
They're more at, what is that, Adria? 44%.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing 70%, they're in that 40 to 45%. So the market is in this particular area, they're telling you what they're willing to pay for a particular property, right? Because you're looking at the spread that they're trying to achieve. Paid $250 for it, sold it for $450. Now I'm sure they had repair costs in there, but I'm just giving you a general idea. Here's another one. This one here, they were at 63%, paid $310 for it, and sold it for $495. Let's look at this one. All right, 57%, paid $220 for it, sold for $385. So why is that relevant? Now you see where you need to be, Adria.
Yes.
You see where you need to be. right?
Correct.
And on top of that, of course, you can see you got contact information when I pull these up, right? Let's do this one. They paid 62%. So 30%, generally speaking, that works, but that wouldn't work in this area. They want them cheaper. They want them cheaper. Now, we still have to take in consideration, I don't know the condition of these properties, but there is some consistency here based on the square footage of these properties, right? So that lets you know that's the power of this tool. So you can text the word boss to 205-964-5243 and access the same tool yourself. And you can do this pretty much all over the country, especially even in rural areas. It'll still pull data that normally I would have ignored 3 weeks ago, right?
Right.
But you can see I can just keep clicking on each one of them. It's giving me the same story. They paid $230, sold for $395, paid 58% of ARV. So that's like 42%. Instead of the 30% rule, it's the 40. That's 42%. So hopefully that makes sense and answers that person's question.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So
you don't have to worry about running no formula, none of that stuff. Now that's all you got. That's all you got. But when you have that much information in front of you that you can access, that'll tell you what an investor, who's buying, what they're willing to pay, that gives you the edge to negotiate and don't waste time on stuff that has no chance of being a deal because they're not going to pay it, right? And then you get the ones that if you do get a deal, guess what? Now you got buyers you can reach out to immediately.
all right, thank you for answering that question. I'm having to hop back in. I got booted out again.
Again, what's going on with that?
I don't know. Okay, so we said we were going to do it at the top. So I know we haven't been running maybe about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and talk about the topic of Flippinar number 308. Subject being switch to commercial real estate for 10 times more profit. Looks like Flip is fed up with houses.
Let's partner too. Don't forget that part.
Huh?
At the end.
And let's partner too. Let's partner too is right there.
Okay. All right.
All right. Tell us about this.
All right. So before, and the video is still out there, and I wouldn't take it down. I showed you how to build a list of self-storage owners and hotels and motels using combining Zomps and Google Maps. Zomps, Z-O-M-P-Z, that's the tool that I created, right? Now, Google Maps doesn't allow Zomps to do that anymore. So I had to come up with an alternative. Whereas that was free, this is almost free. You can literally do what I'm about to show you for $3, up to 1,000, a list of 1,000.
Okay.
So it's just really cheap, right? So, all right, so let me share my screen. And I guess I should have, can you create a quick banner, a ticker?
That says?
The code word is MAP, M-A-P. I'm sorry. No, not. Scratch that. Don't send that.
Okay.
Lingo. Code word is lingo because they're going to be able to access this. Because I'm not going to go through the script, but they're going to be able to go through that training of the script. If they text the word lingo, it'll send them the link where they can access this particular tool and get the script for self-storage, right?
Okay, so text lingo
to 205-964.
I got that part for what?
For the self-storage script and list builder.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we're here in the list builder. It's called All Scraper. So we're in the list builder here. All right. So the first thing we need to do, we need to know what category we're targeting. So we're targeting self-storage facilities. All right. You can target anywhere in the country. And I looked it up earlier, and according to this, it's over 67,000 of them. Right. Okay. So what you can do is, if you're not sure what to put in, even if you don't want to do, so you might want to do something else because this is a unique tool. If you go here, you hover over this question mark here under categories, right?
Right.
And right here on this end right here, and select list of categories. It's going to pull up another window. And if you go down here, alphabetical list of business categories listed on Google Maps, you select that. So boom, there you go. So we're going to scroll down to, guess what, Adrian?
What?
Self-storage.
Self-storage.
But so you could just type it in, but you want to make sure that it's being placed, entered exactly how they have it entered, so you can get the best results. All right, so where is it? Right here. Okay, so self-storage facility. I'm sorry, where is it? I thought it was up above. There it is. This is the one I think it gives you the best results. So self-storage facility. So I'm gonna copy that. All right, I'm gonna go back over here and I'm going to enter in that word. Okay, so boom. So it pulls up self-storage. Now, if I type in self-storage, I could have did that way also. Or if I just type in storage, it is going to give me more options like RV storage, boat storage. We're interested in those too, or just storage facility. But I'm just going to go with self-storage, self-storage facility. Okay. Now, before you go into, okay, so the next thing is you have to go down there and choose a state. So, of course, we're going to be in the United States. So if you hit the U.S., it's automatically going to pull up that. Now, right now, it has it filtered for all states. So I'm going to hit the X over here to get rid of that. Now, you say, well, I only want to target, my state. I'm just going to use South Carolina as a state, right? And so what you can do is, where is it? It'll tell you how minty it is. Where's the link? I just had it. Where's the link, Tyrone? Hold on here. Oh man. Let me see. Where did I find that at? I had it just a moment ago. It's not there. It's not there. Hold on, guys. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, so the maximum results. So on the max, before we add a state, we're going to go into the maximum results. If you hover over the question mark here and select partner directory, okay, it's going to open up a new window for you. Okay, so here, if I put in that self-storage again, right? Same way I have it in the other tool. Select my country, which is the United States, and then select my state. So we're saying South Carolina. Now, you could be more specific for a particular town or whatever, but that's going to be totally up to you right here. Okay, so if I do a search, Adrian shows me it's 1,240 results, right? So that's the number that I'm going to use when I go back over here and maximum results. I'm going to put 1,240. Okay, so now I'll go ahead. Now I'll choose South Carolina, which could have did it before, but that's fine. Choose South Carolina. Now I could choose South Carolina, or I could be more specific. If I hit the arrow, it's going to basically pull up every town in the state, right? So, but I'm just going to pull up the entire state. So I'll close this arrow back. And next, you're going to go down here. You're going to select phone owners. That's the only thing you're going to have selected there, right? Phone owners. Okay, so if I do a drop down here, I just want to make sure when I scroll down, I'm looking for white page phone scraper. That's the only thing that should be checked. Okay. All right, so once that happens, you can go back and watch this. Don't feel like I'm going too fast or whatever. You can go back and watch this.
Oh, that's good because I can't see.
Oh, you still out? Oh, wow. I wonder why it's tripping like that. Okay, so now I'm glad mine is not doing it. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go down here under other parameters, results format. You're going to leave everything here the same, but under here, you're going to go, only thing you're going to have selected is, I'm going to clear this out. Let me see. I'm going to clear this out. So I want the name. Now you can do site, and that's going to give you their actual website address. I would select that. So site, you want phone, you want full address, you want street, city, postal, and state, right? That's pretty much it. The only thing that you really need to have selected, because you have the name of the facility, their website if they have one, their phone number, the full address, and then it'll parcel out the address starting with street, city, the zip code, and state. All right. And now the next thing I'll do is hit get data, and then it'll tell you how much it's going to cost. So this will cost $7.44 for 1,240 listings. Okay. So if I hit confirm, which I already downloaded this list, so boom, if I hit confirm, now it'll take me over here to task. You go over there. So I already downloaded the list. So it tells you about how long it takes for a list that size. It may take 10 or 15 minutes, right? And what you'll do here, just come back here periodically and just hit refresh, and it'll turn green whenever it's completed. Okay. All right. So next, you go ahead and download it. So I'm a, even though I've already downloaded this. So you go ahead and download it, and I'll just put 2 here. So you download it. So next, you'll go over to Google Maps. So I'm sorry, Google Sheets. So what you'll do is just log into your Google account, your Gmail, and then just go back to the home screen of Google and just go over here to the little hamburger over here, and go and find Google Sheets. So you got Google Sheets pulled up. You see this little folder here. Again, you can watch this over as many times as you need to. Go to the little folder right here, right? Then select upload. And then from there, now I'm just going to pull it up. I got it in here. So now I'm on a Mac, so it's going to be a little different than some of the other ones. So I'm just going to drag this document down here, or I could have found it through my browser. And so boom, there's my list. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open this up a little bit, just drag this so we can see the full names. All right. You see the website address there. All right. You see their phone numbers. All right. And I don't know what that is. Phone number, pages, whatever. You probably could delete D and E. And this one too, probably could delete that one too. So all three of these I will probably delete, but I'm not going to, I'll just leave them there. All right, so now we see the actual address, the full address of the property, and then you see that the street, city, state, zip, and so on. And then they actually have the street view there also. I think I should have deselected that. Okay, so now, so here's a very important part of this. Now, in the lingo and training, you're going to see a list of storage facilities that really are too large to target. And I only have maybe 50 of them. It's more than that. But I have a list of them in that lingo training at the end of that training that you can access. But so what you're going to do if you're using Google Sheets to sort out the big boys is really simple here. So what I'll do, you see this little corner right here. If I select this and then go up here to data or the data? Data.
Actually, people say it's one of those in it. Data.
Okay, data, D. All right, sort range, advanced range sorting option. And I'm going to do data has a header row, which it does. And I want that first row, which is name. And I'm going to sort it from A to Z. So now you see if they have the same name, they're going to be right behind each other. So like this, for this company here, they have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 locations. I don't know if it'll be up to you if you would target that. Normally, we would probably target them, right? Even I'm sorry, they have they have 5 locations. But if I go down here, you can see, let me see one of the ones that have quite a few locations. So this one here says all safe storage. They have like 4 locations. American self-storage, they have a few. But let me scroll down some of the ones that you'll recognize. Be Safe, they're a part of CubeSmart. or whatever, but must be a sister company of it. And then like Carolina Ministore, they don't have a few. And then I'm trying to find Cube Smart down here. Okay, so you see how many Cube Smart has? So you definitely would delete that. You know, they're not going to be interested in talking to you, even if you got the right person on the phone. Now, they may be a buyer or whatever, but you know, you're only getting gatekeepers calling this company here, right?
Right.
Off the top.
Okay.
So we're trying to get you to as many mom and pops as possible, right? So you're going to automatically delete them from the list. All right. So I got them all highlighted. If I right click and I just say delete, so boom, they're all gone. All right. So Devon self-storage, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 locations, and still small player. You know, wouldn't be a bad idea to reach out to them. And then of course you see Extra Space. Look how many they have, in which they're the biggest player in the one of the biggest players in the game. I don't know if they're the biggest, but they're one of the biggest players. So we know we're going to delete all of those. Okay. So if I select them all, hit delete. So boom, all of those are gone. Ghost storage, got quite a few of those in the state of South Carolina. So I would probably delete all of those. Not who we're looking for. So I would probably delete those too. Right? Boom. So I think you get the point. So you have the phone number. You go through the training with the script. You'll know what to say. So to do that, you want to text the word lingo, LIGNO, to 205-964-5243. Now, I don't think I have it in the training, but if you want to partner with us, once you have an owner that says they want to sell and you collect the basic information, if you go back to Storage Snowball, all you have to do is just select this down here that says endless opportunities, and it'll take you over to where you can access the form for self-storage, and you can access the form for hotels and motels, right, to fill out. Okay, so now you say, well, I want to target hotels and motels also. Now, to access that script, you just simply need to go over to our Facebook group and Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man, or just text the word group to 205-964-5243, and it'll be under files on the groups. So there we go. That's the replacement. So I'm going to do a video a recorded video to explain what I just did also, even though this was about that. We may just edit that and I put some in the front and the back, and boom. I don't know how great of a job I did there, but you know, that was live.
That was live. I think you did well.
Yeah.
Okay. What y'all think about that? Put it in the chat. Let me know.
So that's the replacement for Zomps and Google Maps. You see how inexpensive it is. Mm-hmm. You could do the entire country for like $366, I think it was. You know, so it's very inexpensive if you want to do that. Now, it may take you for it to, it said 1 to 5 days to complete.
1 to 5 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo, you'd be sitting there, just sitting there.
Well, I'm assuming you wouldn't do that.
Well, I'm just saying.
I wonder, would it run? It'll probably run without you being online.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It'll run in the background.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian Price says, nice, very informative. Carl Emerson says, that's cool. Sweet. Nick Hammond says, Lionel says, I like it. All right. Use it. Diane says, awesome sauce. Let's see here. I'm back on, and I'm looking at it on my phone as well. What are the good filters to use to find land leads on PropStream?
They just have a simple quick list choice for vacant land. Okay. And you'll probably want to go to owner info and select individual. So you won't pull up a lot of business entities or trust.
All right. Thank you. Hey, Courtney on TikTok. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining us. Next question, Phil W. We talked about it last week. What is investor based? Is that new?
Yeah. Again, that's where you to access that, to get the discount, which I didn't mention, for the service. Text the word BOSS to 205-964-5243. It'll take you over to my site, which is cashbuyers.ai. But yeah, it's new. And I got introduced to it about 3 weeks ago. It's a flat out game changer. Just very simple and very useful for, again, 50% of what we do is the buyer side of it. So if we know who's buying, what they're paying, it makes it, I'm not going to say it's going to make it easier for us to negotiate with sellers, but at least we'll know what we need to be at with sellers. So you don't waste a lot of time on stuff that has no chance of being a deal. Someone asked about the 30% a moment ago. Yeah, standardly, yeah, that works. But you see what I did? I went in there, I saw what they were willing to pay. They don't, that ain't working for them. They need it cheaper. They're paying anywhere from, they'll say 55 to maybe 65% of ARV, and mostly in the 50s.
All right.
And I hope people were able to see. So now when you go and you see a property online, it's for sale for $480 and it's worth $480, you see how far we're off.
Yeah.
We're $200,000 off.
Okay. Okay.
Not always. I'm just saying, just using those as an example.
All right. So the word is lingo. Text the word lingo, LINGO, is ticking across the bottom of the screen to 205-964-5243 for the self-storage script and the list builder that was just showcased to you just a moment ago. Again, keep in mind this video will be up for replay shortly after we close out for the night. So if you missed anything, if the screen was too small, or you want to play it back and do step by step as Ty walks through it, you're more than welcome to do so as soon as we log out tonight. Cassandra says, yay, it's awesome stuff.
Oh, and once you get in there and put your information on the lingo, you'll be able to access the list builder there too. It'll be a black button there on that page. So,
all right, thank you. Let's see here, Facebook. All right, there you go. Let's see here. Flip, you are a data beast.
Oh, data is everything, man. That runs this thing right now, man.
It's all in the numbers. Numbers
Oh
got to make sense. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Aiden.
Let me say this, Aiden. The objective is we're reaching out to people that's going to answer their phone, because normally they're mom and pops. Now, you start in cities like any city, really, they're going to normally have managers on staff to answer the phone for them, or they may have a VA or something. We're trying to, in the self-storage and hotel motels, we're trying to contact businesses that are so either mismanaged, small, or whatever you want to call it, mom and popish, that they're answering the phone. Because we're trying to get directly to the decision maker. So it's tons of those out there like that. It's more of those than other. So just keep that in mind. And the great thing about it, a town, small can matter, but normally it doesn't if the numbers work.
Gotcha. Brian Price wants to know, what is a decent amount EMD for wholesaling homes? So I know we say little to no cash or credit, and we previously always used to say $10, and that still holds true. So is it just going to vary based off the property, the seller, the motivation, all of that?
Yeah, it's gonna as far as earning some money deposit, it's gonna depend on the motivation of the seller. Normally, it's not a big deal. Normally, earn the EMD is normally not a big deal if they're a motivated seller. Sometimes they may want to, but normally it's not a big deal.
Okay.
If they're a motivated seller, let me reemphasize that.
All right. Hey, Shirley Lott, thank you for being with us tonight. Again, what was the cost? What's the cost of the program?
What, for the list builder I just was showing? It's based on the number of records you're trying to download. In that I showed you, you can go, it has a link there. If you search, it'll show you where you can look up a particular state or area, city, however you want to do it. And it'll tell you how many possible results are there. You put it in there. But generally speaking, like that list there for South Carolina on the parameters that I put in was 1,240 possible facilities. It was going to cost $7.44 for that list.
Not bad at all. Think
Oh, no.
about.
So
Oh my
to
goodness.
make the kind of money
That's that Starbucks
that's free.
drink. That is
That's free.
that is that bag of chips and soda. That's give up that coffee for one day. One day. And get you a list.
Yeah.
Buy your own Starbucks. I'm just kidding, but you get what I'm saying. All right, let's see here. Still diving into the questions here. You still have the opportunity to post those questions. You got a little time to join us live by texting the word Gator, GATOR, to the number 205-964-5243. But still love to have you on. And if you have not already, hit the like button, please. We don't ask for much. We're sharing some wonderful information with you. Hit the like button, subscribe so you're notified anytime upcoming content is uploaded, and like, share, subscribe. Do all three. All three, please. Yeah. Okay. What is the way? Okay, so text lingo, Andrea, and it'll give you the information to get to the website. It will give you the information to get to the website. So Aiden has a ethical question here. He has a moral dilemma.
Okay, let's get it.
I hope all is well. I was wondering if you thought wholesaling is moral, because I feel like I would be screwing the seller out of less money.
Okay. Go what you want to say.
Okay.
I don't even know that.
I think that you're thinking too much into it, because the way I see it, you're giving the seller the opportunity to tell you what they want for their property, and you're giving them exactly what they've asked for. You're not responsible for them doing their research. You're not responsible for divulging information. You're giving them exactly what they asked for. Now, you're not leaving it where you can't negotiate. You're not leaving it where they cannot ask questions. But the morality of it is that you're providing a service that more than likely will help change their lives or put them in a better situation, and you're giving them exactly what they asked for. The thing is, you don't go into the gas station or into the car dealership and say, hey, you said this car is on sale for $20K. I really think it's worth 30. I want to give you 30K instead, because you deserve that. You're not going to negotiate anywhere else you go up. So why is this any different? You're not going to go and give somebody more money because you think you're getting that good of a deal. So, right?
They might do that. I'm sitting there. You're totally. I agree with you, but I would. I struggle to answer that question.
Well, I can imagine somebody saying, I'll do this for you for, I'll cut your grass for 60. Oh man, I know how big my yard is. You at least need to get $100. And I get that. I can see, in that aspect. But what we're saying here, he's saying like morally, but you're actually giving them exactly what they asked for. If a car is sitting in a yard and it has a sign on it and it's a 58 Chevy, and this grandma, 80 years old, it's her husband's car, and she just wants it out her yard, and she put, just give me $2,500 on it. And daggone well, that car is going to go 50K, 100K. You're going to go up to that woman and say, hey, I really want this car out your yard, but I at least need to give you $50,000 because I can sell it for $100. No, you're going to give her exactly what she asked for. $2,500, and you're gonna take that car and you're gonna rebuild the body, you're gonna drop a new engine in it, you're gonna paint it real candy coated, and you're gonna sell it.
See, I would love to see that. That's a broad question that they're answering. I know what they're saying, but I because I like to understand the mindset of why they feel that way. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to answer that because I'm gonna ask them some questions about their purchasing habits, right?
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
I do, and I can see both sides. I can see exactly where they're coming from.
Because we all, it's just hard for me to answer that question when you start talking about morally. Like, who's the moral police? Especially when you start talking about business. As far as what people we live in
the upper 5% not having to pay taxes, is that moral?
Well, they're just taking advantage of the laws that are on the books. That anyone, me or you, could do the same thing.
Yeah, if you educate yourself.
Yeah, it's there. The tax code is there for anybody to take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of hard for me to answer without, I know how I feel about it, but it's still, I want to know. See, I would love to dive deeper into their thinking. So, because I may change my mind on it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to, I can't answer it. You answer, but and I sort of agree with you, but I'm just saying, I don't know how to, I would love to dive deeper on why, saying, so what's the fair price? Who
determines that?
Yeah, who determines that?
I mean, because if you're gonna say whatever
like sometimes people, it may be some furniture. I just go on and on. People, you're assuming that anyone that sells a piece of real estate cheap, they're being taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Deanna has a good point. She says, and you're right to make a profit after you clean it up, fix it up, sell it, profit. Everyone feels that their property is valuable because it's emotional for them, but it's business.
Not always. Some people, because of how they acquired it, they have no emotional attachment to it. That's what I'm saying. People when someone sells what they deem is a piece of real estate cheaper than what it should be, they assume that person is being taken advantage of. That's the thing. And I'm not saying that doesn't, quote unquote, happens, but taken advantage of, meaning that I fooled you into signing your property over or something. That's my definition of taking advantage of. Not if I negotiated something that you agreed upon. That's different.
Right. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm giving you what you asked for. We negotiated.
Negotiated it.
This is what you said. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it's like if I go into to Walmart or Target.
Stop saying Walmart.
And something is on discount. Now, if they're selling it at a discount, now of course Walmart probably worth $1 trillion, but they still got to pay employees. So if they're selling it on discount, I ain't taking some money out the employees' pockets. I'm like, we could just go on and on with that.
Oh Lord, don't talk about self-checkouts.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah,
taking a job away. Somebody's not working.
Like, we could just go. That's why I want to
still go to it and check out.
I would love to go deeper on that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I'll give you a bad example. Like, I think New Jersey is the only state that still does it. I think, but you used to come pump your gas. People pump the gas for you, right?
Correct.
So jobs were lost when the attendants were gotten rid of. So you stopped buying gas?
No,
I'm just saying.
That's why I would
love to dive deeper into that way of thinking.
Oh, we'll be here all night if we did that. We would be here all night if we did that.
Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not on them or something. I really want to know what. Yeah.
Okay. Someone says, I love it. Live and got real deep, but this is good learning. Any seller has the right to say no.
Yeah, and they do it a lot.
How many times you get hung up on?
Yeah, they do it a lot.
We used to say, like, if it doesn't make
you
and the value, embarrassed to ask
the value is what someone's willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know how many people put a price on a piece of real estate that has no chance of getting that price? It's value what someone's willing to pay for it. Now, there are other parts of the world where capitalism doesn't work the way it does here. But one thing that's great about this country, it ain't perfect. Ain't nobody holding you back. You can leave anytime you want. Get your passport. What hold you back from getting a passport?
Technically, there are some things that could hold you back.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
In general.
Yeah,
right.
in general. Hey.
Oh.
Hey, like I used to have this barber, and she wasn't cutting my hair. She was cutting, but she would always talk about where she was from, how great it was. So my question always be, why in the hell you ain't there? You know what I'm saying? Like, huh?
All right. Okay.
Well, you didn't do that there, and
Yeah.
Huh?
Probably filed with money.
And they had another one in there. He was from New York.
Mhm.
She was from Virgin Island.
Mhm.
He used to do the same thing. So I asked him. I ain't asked her. I asked him. I say, well, why you down here?
Something brought you here. Yeah. Okay, throw up the thumbnail. Throw up the thumbnail because that weather sounds like it's getting bad. Where y'all at? What's the weather like where y'all at? It's been bad, but you heard that boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
that rolling. I got to drive in it. You going around the corner.
Yeah, literally.
I got an hour. It's going to be an hour in this. It's normally 30, 35 minutes. But,
Okay.
yeah. See, putting me in the rain, getting me wet.
In the rain.
I'm going to melt. All right. So look at that thumbnail, guys. If you're on Instagram, you can see it as well. YouTube, the X, Facebook. Oh, it's getting bad in Dallas, Courtney. Oh, wow. Woo, Deanna. Well, ain't nobody hating. Don't nobody care. You on the other side of the country. I'm talking about something. Don't hate. The sun's still shining out here. Yeah, Nick. It was crickets. It was crickets. Didn't get much feedback in the chat on that. But it's right is right. Debbie says the weather is chilly and dry. You're in Indy, right, Debbie? I think that's right. And Lionel says Utah safe for motels? He's talking to our owner right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
People live.
Yep. All right. Deanna, share some sunshine. All right, so look at that thumbnail there. It's Ty. He's crunching up a house. He's sick of it. He's tearing it up. Got the roof shingle popping off, and he got muscles.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, look at the crack in the windows and all of that. He's fed up with houses.
My boy gonna cut his hand then.
Yeah, he's gonna do that. Already going through the windows and stuff, and just took the house straight off the curb. All right. So the title of Flippinar 308 was switch to commercial real estate for 10 times more profit. Let's partner too. So looking at that thumbnail, if you had saw that before we even came on the show, would you have been able to guess what we were going to talk about tonight? If you think it is a great thumbnail, give it a 5. 5 is top tier. Anything less than a 5, let us know why, and give us feedback on how we can make it better in the future. But go ahead and put your vote in the chat. Kaz, where he is, weather here in Los Angeles is warm today. Okay.
Warm here, but it rains.
Very serious, Margaret. Very serious. So Stephen Loud says, thanks, Flip Man. Bandit signs have changed the game for me in Houston, Texas. Okay.
Please go deeper.
Okay. Yes, Michael, I saw that. I don't know why it's doing that on TikTok. It's shaking. Like it's not the table, it's not the stand. It's just TikTok. It's just shaking. I'm sorry about that, guys. If that's made your viewing, viewing experience not up to par, just come back and watch the replay on YouTube. I do apologize for that. It's raining in St. Louis. It's been raining all week. All right. Okay, so Courtney Powell says 10, but I am extra biased because everything I think I got a deal. The seller is in Ty's world, where is La La Land.
La La Land.
La La Land. Debbie and Scooter says that's definitely a 5. Margaret F a 5. Lee Bailey a 5. Vanessa Ryans, hey, how you doing tonight? A 5. Deanna Randolph says 5, and thank you so much. Mary Kay Kibble a 5. Carl a 5. Neck hammock and other must-haves a 5. Tatia a 5. Cass 5. Love it. Wouldn't have expected anything less from you, Cass. Deonica 5. Wouldn't have expected anything less from you, Deonica. Okay. Diane Bivens says definitely a 5. Thank you. Cassandra Taliaferro gives us a 5 and says it's cold and damp where you are. Where are you, Cassandra? Let us know. Will Hammer says, I love the animation. Definitely a 5. Hey, Will, how's that training going? How's Will doing? Will, I'm disappointed. Will. I hope you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Andrea gives you a 5. BWG gives you a 5 for show. Will said, just wanted to say big thank you for the training, was fire. All right. Stephen Loud, I closed on Stephen, where you at? We need you on live, like right now. I closed on a $175,000 profit land deal using the bandit sign strategy.
Nice.
Send the check.
Nice. Yeah, hey man, yeah, you want to tell that story?
All right. Ashley Turner says, hello, y'all. I got my list of 1,000 started calling today. All right, Ashley Turner.
Oh, that's
In
what's
there.
happening.
In there. Nick Hammock says thumbs up as always. So I think this is a 5. This is a perfect score. Perfect. Per usual. You did good. That looks nice. I do like that one.
Okay, good. I like your appreciate your approval.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. So again, guys, text lingo to access the script and list builder for self-storage and hotel motels. Text lingo LINGO to 205-964-5243. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, 11 Central, 10 Mountain, and 9 a.m. PST Pacific.
Mhm.
We'll be evaluating some properties, telling you what buyers are willing to pay, so you can negotiate properly. So have your properties ready to go, along hopefully with a price, so we can compare on what they're asking or what you've offered already. Not a necessity. If you don't feel comfortable with giving the actual address, that's fine. Just find an address close by or whatever, and we'll do our best to try to help you with some offers. We love to partner with you on anything that makes sense, as long as it's off market. My definition of off market, you did not find it anywhere on the internet, email, social media, or consider the internet. You're dealing directly with the owner, not your partner, whoever. You are dealing directly with the owner. If it's not you, have that person to contact me. So anyway, appreciate AP coming through this
Tsunami.
She was 3 more drops and she would have needed an arc. Like from 2012. You ever watched that before?
No.
You never watched 2012 before?
No.
That's a good movie. And so but anyway, so we'll be here tomorrow again. So I really appreciate everyone. I guess nothing else. You got anything else, AP?
No, I don't. See you all tomorrow. Make sure you join.
All righty. We'll see you on the FLIPSIDE.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.